Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Andy Cohen reveals he got so physical with John Mayer during drunken night out. Andy Cohen is spilling the tea about his friendship with John Mayer. The Bravo boss, 57, appeared on Alex Cooper's Call Her Daddy podcast Wednesday and gave insight into a typical night out with the Your Body is a Wonderland singer, 48. It is us going to dinner. We always sit on the same side of the booth. We sit next to each other, always, Cohen explained. That is our spot. The Real Housewives producer recalled that during a recent night out at the Sunset Tower, he was getting so physical with Mayer by the end of the evening. He was like, Andy. But I was kind of using his body to tell a story about a guy, Cohen shared. I was in my cups a little bit. We were in a puddle of laughter. Cohen added that the stars love each other deeply, but clarified that he's not secretly in love with Mayer. If I could find a gay guy that was him, it would be magic, the TV host said. But you know what? I am so grateful for the love that we have. Cooper, 31, then asked Cohen, who from Hollywood he'd set his pal up with. It would be someone who has their own thing going, who has their own success, who is just smart and funny, he replied, and just someone strong and independent and wise. Elsewhere in the episode, Cohen revealed that he recently spoke to Mayer on the phone about him appearing on Call Her Daddy. We FaceTimed yesterday, Cohen said. He's like, you're going to be great. He goes, go deliver. He was like, you know what you're doing. Cohen and Mayer have spoken about their close bond in the press over the years. John Mayer and I have what some would consider an unlikely friendship, Cohen told Entertainment Weekly in 2015. He's one of our greatest living guitarists, and I'm regarded as the dude that stirs the tea on late-night TV. Last year, Mayer wrote a letter to The Hollywood Reporter about their line of questioning to Cohen about their friendship. People seem dubious that a straight rock star can have a close, platonic relationship with a gay TV personality, Mayer wrote. First, there's a long and storied history of rock stars, not mocking, just won't refer to myself as one, befriending gay icons and artists. Second, I think that to suggest that people are dubious of a friendship like mine and Andy's is to undermine the public's ability to accept and understand diversity in all facets of culture, be it in art or in real life. Andy sits back on the plush booth banquette at the famed Sunset Tower Hotel, the LA twilight softly coloring the cityscape outside the windows. He and John have already traversed dinner. The same side of the table, same banquette. If you knew them, you'd know that is their spot. Andy says with a grin that sitting next to John on that long, slim bench has become ritual. We always sit on the same side of the booth. That is our spot. Glasses clink. Conversation meanders from chords and guitar rigs to Bravo behind the scenes and world-weary parenting. Yes, Andy is a father. As the night deepens and the wine flows a little more freely, the playful energy transitions softly into something warm and tactile. Andy recounts, I do, as the night goes on, find myself sinking into him because he'll have his arm around me. Then comes the moment he describes as getting so physical, the kind of gentle physicality born of comfort, laughter, and inebriation. He recalls being in what he calls a puddle of laughter and confessing, candidly, that he was using John's body to help tell a story about a guy. He was like, Andy, he laughs in the telling. But let's layer that out a bit. Imagine the late hour, the mood ripe with camaraderie. The booth shadows stretch long. John's arm, perhaps unconsciously, drifts around Andy's shoulder. Andy leans in, not out of romantic intent, but pure affection, that rare, unpressured kind of love between two people who've traversed decades of friendship, mutual respect, and shared laughter. The body language becomes an extension of storytelling, the lean, the laugh, the supporting shoulder. It's intimate, it's open, and it's utterly platonic. Andy makes sure to emphasize the nature of their bond. We love each other deeply. We actually do. Yet, he is also crystal clear. I'm not secretly in love with him. No, we love each other. He even offers up a charming hypothetical. If I could find a gay guy that was him, it would be magic. A nod to the admiration he carries for John and a wink at the boundaries of their real-life reality. Beyond the anecdote lies a deeper commentary on friendship, identity, and how men, especially public figures, relate. For Andy, an openly gay father, longtime host and cultural touchstone, his friendship with John, a straight rock star guitar virtuoso, has been both joyful and scrutinized. Fans and media have often wondered, is it something more? John himself addressed this a while back, saying the assumption that a straight rock star and a gay TV personality must be romantically involved is limiting and deeply flawed. Which is why this story feels more significant than the moment of physical closeness. It's a statement. Two men successful in their own realms share a deep bond of love and respect without the need to translate it into romance or sexual involvement. Andy says, because we're so affectionate toward each other, people don't know what box to put that in. They assume we're sleeping with each other, which we are most definitely not. What does this all feel like? Think of it as the type of dinner where you laugh harder than you have all month, where you give the other person a knowing look, where you rest your head briefly on a friend's shoulder, not seeking anything but solidarity, where the evening's crescendo is shared mirth and closeness, not romantic tension, where the physicality, the leaning, the laughter-dampened hug, the arm around the shoulder, is born of ease, years of trust, and the absence of expectation. And then the next morning, maybe there's a text from John saying, "You're going to be great." Because yes, the night wasn't merely about jokes, but about support, affirmation, connection. Andy says John FaceTimed him the day before the podcast and told him, "Go deliver." In a broader sense, the moment Andy described underscores the vitality of platonic love, not the kind confined to Hollywood movie tropes, but the genuine kind that doesn't require labels. When he says they love each other deeply, that's the truth of it. The physical closeness at dinner, a manifestation of that truth. The laughter, the trusting lean, the storytelling with gestures. It's all part of a friendship that defies simplification. And in a world where male friendships are often caricatured as stoic or transactional, this story breathes fresh air. It says it's okay for two men to share big feelings, to lean on each other, to sit side by side in a booth for years without needing the story to escalate, to be affectionate with zero romantic agenda, to be so physical in the way you might be with siblings or lifelong friends, but rarer because fame often obscures such simplicity. Finally, Andy's gratitude shines through. He says he's so grateful for the love that we have, because yes, it matters. In the glitter and noise of celebrity, what remains is genuine human connection, and that is what he's describing.